buddy, this is Purge bringing you guys a first-person replay commentary. This is a game from the RedBull LAN that I played in Seattle last weekend, and I know a couple of you guys wanted to see my perspective from it, and I could talk through the game, and I was actually kind of happy to do that because it was a really long game, and it was really close, and it was a really crucial game in the tournament as well. The way the RedBull LAN worked was 100 people came, and they all signed up in an IXDL chat program. Thank you again to IX Mike. And then you got seeded through. So at the start, everybody had 0 wins, 0 losses. First game was completely random teams and stuff like that. After the first round, 50 people will lose, 50 people win. The winners will then play a game together, as will the losers. So it's kind of like MMR being evaluated as the game goes on. So then 50 people will win, or 25 people will win, 25 people will lose, and the people that are 2-0 will play together, and then the people that are 3-0 will play together, and the people that are 4-0 will play together. And at that point, it got down to like 10 or something like that people. And I think this was when everybody was 4-0, 3-0, something like that, that we had this game. And the game was really stacked. Demon was on the Dire team. He had, this is the guy that ended up winning the whole tournament, I think, Seventhings, and the Onion Knight ended up getting second overall. So they had a couple of the top placers in the tournament. Kai is a decent player too. And on our team, we had Brax, who's a top tier pro player. We had myself, we had Fluff and Stuff, who's a top tier pro player, and then 2 randoms that I wasn't as familiar with. But I was playing carry this game. I felt like picking Phantom Assassin, so like Phantom Assassin is pretty good against Spectre because as long as I get lifesteal or a BKB, I can deal with refraction, and I don't have to worry about it too much. So I'm not sure what the pause is for, but I'll just speed this up here. So I'll just talk about our thoughts and like the things that Fluff told us to do during the game. That way you guys can learn a little bit from it, because I thought it was a pretty fun game to play. I loved going to the RedBull LAN. It was a really good time, honestly. Unfortunately, my Arcana is at 93 points instead of 100, so that means I need to win 7 PA games to get that maxed out. It's only at level 2 right now, but whatever. What's the big deal? I got lots of regen here because I was expecting to be against a Clockwork, and I like getting a fast Basilius on Phantom Assassin when I'm playing against pretty much any hero. Just because her base int is so low, you want to get a... I'm going to close this here. You want to get a Basilius pretty fast because... with only 13 int, she's getting very little mana per second, and she only gets 1 extra int per level. So a Basilius goes a long ways if you're playing Phantom Assassin in a game. So I'll talk a lot about what itemization this game and gameplay and team fight inefficiencies that we've made and things like that. You'll see some of our all chat here. Sometimes the way that the venue is set up is that there was a big room of 100 PCs, and then up on the wall, there were a bunch of spectators there as well. On the wall, they had the BTS stream, or it was technically the Red Bull stream, but the BTS guys were casting. So up on the wall, they had the stream going with max volume, and everybody could hear it, but it was 2 minutes delayed. So if you see us responding to things, it's because of us basically like trying to talk to the casters, but it was always like 2 minutes delayed. So. Whenever something cool happened, I would always want to like look up to see what the BTS casters said. I wasn't like checking for rune words or anything like that, or warrior words or anything, but it was kind of a fun event. It was like slightly casual, and like everybody was trying really hard, but it wasn't like nobody like wanted to win that bad, in the sense that nobody was going to cheat or anything like that. But it was a really fun game. First things first, I was a little upset that this guy picked Warlock. I wish that we had like a more conventional support, because Warlock is a bit hard to make him really pay off as a support, in my opinion. See how terrible my last Sidian becomes this game. Brax was playing Venomancer literally the entire game. He played no hero but Venomancer, so that was kind of fun. And Fluff played a lot of hard support this game, I believe, or in the tournament, I believe. He did a nice job with the blocking early, so it stopped the creeps from coming, but I haven't missed the last hit yet, which is pretty good for me. I actually felt really focused this game. Actually, throughout the whole tournament, I felt really focused. That felt good. It's really fun to play in a LAN environment. I really had fun at the tournament. If you guys ever get a chance to do something like what the RedBull LAN was, where you just it's like a 100% like tournament, you know? It's so much fun, and even if you like lose a game, you just keep playing for the rest of the day. Like I know for an absolute fact that if LANs like these existed consistently throughout the course of the United States, like everybody would play in them constantly, because it's just so fun to show up and like even if you're bad, or even if you're not the best player, you'll be seeded according to how you play. So even if you lose some games, it's fine, because eventually you're going to be able to play more games. I don't know, it was just really awesome. Like it was like, and also there was enough variability, like there was a little bit of chance. So like so for example, like the guy that got second overall, I think he wasn't that high of MMR, but he still played pretty well, so he ended up getting second overall. So like even if you're not the best player, like you can still have a really good shot in the tournament. That was what was really fun about it. And it's kind of the same principle applies to me. Like there's so many players that are way better than me at this tournament, like Chuan or Brax or Fluff or something, or Blitz or Demon. Like all those guys are so like a huge amount better than I am, but it still gave me a good chance to be competitive, and that was really fun. So, and I'm sure that that principle applied to everybody else that played in the tournament as well. Like I think the Onion Knight said something very similar when he was on stream. He was like, I'm not the best player, but it's like really fun to be playing with everybody that's really good here. And I felt the exact same way. It was just a really nice time, really fun tournament. So I'm not trying to like promote or say that Red Bull did an amazing job when they did. I just genuinely think the tournament idea was fantastic. Like, and Red Bull also happened to do a really nice job, but it was so fun. I had so much fun this weekend. We got to go laser tagging. I tweeted about that stuff. I did really well on that. I went like 3 and 18. I know this has to do with, I didn't mean 3 and 18. I mean, I got 3rd place out of 18 people, so it's pretty, I had a really nice time. It was such a fun weekend though. I would do that again in a second. So if you guys get a chance to do something like that, I completely recommend signing up. So anyways, last hitting has been good. I'm top CS in the game, which is really surprising to me. Normally I don't do this well. But I was really focusing on last hitting here. I don't know what it was, but I just had really good focus this tournament. Maybe it's because I ate food properly and I slept well. I always play way worse when I don't eat properly. Like yesterday, all I ate was cookies. Between like for breakfast and lunch, I ate cookies because my grandmother sent me cookies. So I have like all these cookies just sitting here. So I'm like, God, they smell so good. So I just ate way too many cookies, and then I streamed and I played terrible. And that's just kind of how it goes. So you have to be really careful about diet. It makes a big difference in how well your performance is. I probably should have spent more time watching the clockwork here. I focused a little bit too much, I think, on watching the creeps, but I don't know, maybe that's why I got... did I miss a last hit here? I honestly don't know if I missed the last hit. He's a little bit low here, so I can go aggressive. I thought maybe that would kill him. I didn't have vision there. That was weird. I don't know why we could see him so well. I might be... you know what I think why it looks weird right now is because the new patch just went in, and when you're watching replays from player perspective, it only shows what your vision is. But it looks kind of bugged, because look at all this extra vision that we have over here. There's like way too much vision that we shouldn't have. I think it's a little bugged right now. Yeah, look at this. Like, I shouldn't have been able to see that. There's a couple bugs going on, so the map's going to look weird, guys. I don't know why that is, but I'm sure bugs that'll be worked out.
Top tower is
A TPN there coming from the Witch Doctor. If you can. I wanted to fight this. Couldn't even see the cog, that was weird. I should have turned back a little faster and daggered. That would have been a lot easier of a kill. It should be on strength treads. Lost my 11 there. That's pretty good though. I can't believe that I'm the highest CS in the game, but I think our offlane planer played a little better in terms of disrupting the wave. My lane control was pretty good due to my supports, so I think I got a little lucky here. Anyways, the reason that I went 2 blink strikes over evasion is because I was against the clockwork, so evasion isn't going to do a huge amount. I think that was maybe the first last hit that I missed. 3 daggers, 2 blink strikes. It gives you a lower cooldown. That's all it really does. And it's a bit... I don't know if it's necessarily worth it, to be honest, but when I'm getting ganked a lot, it's really nice to have a lower cooldown. I opted to go treads this game because Fluff told me to get a Battle Fury against the Spectre. He's like, oh, you should go Battle Fury, which, looking at the course of the game, I'm not sure if that was the right decision or not. Battle Fury is good because if you're AFK jungling, you can get a lot of farm, and that's pretty good, but it's not always the right decision. Like, I think the Ember guy, the guy that played Ember all tournament on the other team, Seventhings or whatever, he said that he likes Basher build, treads Basher into BKB, I think, something like that. It's a bit of a trade-off. You see, Battle Fury does like 65 damage. It's way more than a Basher. Basher does like 30 damage or something like that. It doesn't do very much damage. So Basher is good because it locks down your opponents, but it's not very good for doing overall damage. So that's kind of the trade-off that you get. And in some ways, it's the right choice because PA already does a lot of damage due to her attack speed from Blink Strike and from her ulti. So with her ulti alone, you can usually get a lot of damage output. But Fluff told me to go Battle Fury, so I went Battle Fury this game, and I'll talk about the pros and cons of that. If you do go Battle Fury though, and you're like if you are getting Battle Fury, I think you can't get Phase Boots because Phase Boots are really good for chasing your opponents down. But you kind of need treads for attack speed if you go for a big item like a Battle Fury, especially because Basher gives you HP, for example. Basher gives you HP. Battle Fury does not, just gives you HP regen. So if you go like Phase Boots and then you get a Battle Fury, then you have like quite a bit of damage, but you only have like 800 HP unless you get stats. So it's a little bad if you go Battle Fury to go Phase Boots. So if you do go Battle Fury, I recommend going treads. And sometimes it's just really nice to have the extra attack speed from treads. It can be really beneficial. So I think we have Fluff coming, which means that we're about to dive. I think he said dive pretty shortly after. I reacted a little bit slowly because I was scared of clicking on a creep, but he's going to give me a shield here, and then, see, I almost clicked on a creep. It's a little slow, but I was able to go dive. It shouldn't have been this deep, probably, but it worked out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Should also tread switch to strength while I was taking tower damage, because there's no point to not take less damage. Just didn't want to miss any last hits there. I should probably go pick up a Ring of Health here as well. Yeah, my last hit was actually really high this game. Usually don't do this well. Can throw daggers to harass. If you do get a lucky crit, you'll lower his HP by like 200, so throwing daggers to harass is a little bit better now than it used to be. So don't be afraid to do that. Again, I should have bought my regen item by now. I don't know why I'm taking so long to do it. Stay close to your allies. Again, I should have my Ring of Health. I don't know why I haven't bought it yet. There's really no point. I'm missing a lot of HP. If I get ganked, I'm going to have like 300 less HP. I have no idea why I waited so long. This is really bad. And I just bought it now. Like, I could have had that for so much longer. Like, I would have had a guaranteed, like, 100 more HP. You can see that they're coming in to gank me right now. But I would have had 100 more HP. I see them just now. You know, I should have blinked to my Warlock already. I focused too much on dodging the blink strike. And also the Warlock kind of ditched me a little.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So I think... So what should have happened there, I made a mistake and the Warlock made a mistake. It's kind of hard to see what the vision was because of the bugged replay thing, but I should have retreated a little bit faster upon them coming. I think if I remember correctly, I saw the Ogre walking right here, and that was the only hero that I saw. And then when they approached, I reacted maybe a little bit slow. I saw the Ember over here. Doom did have Doom, but we don't know where the Ember went. I should have blinked to the Warlock right away, I think, just to get closer. If I would have blinked to him, there's a good chance he would have just hookshotted me there, but at least then I would have been like by the tower, like here, instead of like getting caught over here on the map. So I think that was a mistake, and also the Warlock dished me too bad. He ran away. So the first mistake was I didn't blink instantly to the Warlock. I should have done that right at the start. But part of the reason I was holding is because I thought I was going to get hooked. But I think, looking back on it, I think I should have just blinked right away, just to get as much distance as I could. That way, regardless of him jumping on me, I was going to be able to get away safely.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So that death right there was pretty big. But what the Warlock shouldn't have done is he shouldn't have ran for the hills. He should have kept within blink range of me. That way, when I felt like blinking, I could get away. Because by the time I got hooked, he was like, I was standing like right here, and he was way by the tower. I also shouldn't have probably attempted so hard to juke the hook shot, because Kai is not that bad of a player, and he wasn't gonna throw a hook like that if it wasn't guaranteed, especially because they had so much follow-up. I probably should have just ran for it and let him hook me and then tried to get out, but I let all the other heroes that were catching up buy time. So if what I tried to do would have worked, it would have been amazing, but it didn't work, and it just resulted in me being in an even worse position. So it's like 2 to 3 small things there that forced my positioning to be a bit worse, and ended up in a really bad occurrence. I was about to TP to this to fight, but then I realized they were super disengaged, so I just canceled it instead and went back to jungling. So, bought a Claymore next. Probably should be blink striking to these, I think, while I'm passively farming. So the cooldown is not that long, and it only costs 50 mana, so I think I could have been doing that. Keep in mind that those illusions, I believe, do desolate damage regardless of whether or not they connect with me. So they automatically do bonus damage, regardless of what my evasion is. So I thought that it was based on my their hit accuracy, like what my evasion was, but I don't think that's actually the case. So that was a little unfortunate for me. I picked up my Claymore here as well. I think that was an Ogre Magi. If the Ogre came up, I was going to go on him. I shouldn't... Oh, he TP'd out. Seems like every time that there's TPs and abilities that there's like tons of vision on the map. I don't know, it's pretty weird.
Middle tower is under attack.
I don't know what I was looking at there. It looked like I was all tabbed or something. This crit's messing up my last hits. I think they're expecting me to get ganked here, which is why Fluff is sitting behind me. It's like I got ganked quite a few times before. Don't really feel safe to last hit here, so I'm going to sit really far back. Again, we can see like their whole base. This thing is pretty bugged still. I don't know if I actually got that last hit or not. I kind of wanted to jump on him here, but I wasn't completely sure if I felt comfortable. Looks like the clock was actually really close. Looked like he was going for the runes, so... This is kind of the point where PA is definitely stronger than a Spectre. I knew that he was up here. You can't see him because of the way that the replay is functioning now. It was too unfortunate. It would have been nice to been able to kill him there. My item build or my skill build that I went for this game was a max blink build. I didn't necessarily think this was... I felt like this was the way to go this game because I wanted to be able to re-engage a lot, especially with like a Battle Fury really early. You do a lot of damage, so being able to get that attack speed very often would be really nice. We had good vision of him the whole time here, and I really want to just jump on him. So at this point, Phantom Assassin is pretty strong at killing Spectre. Because he doesn't really have any items yet, and he doesn't have a Radiant set most likely. He probably just has like Phase and, yeah, Phase and Urn, so I should be able to deal with him. I have to back off at this point though. Almost got my Battle Fury finished. Not the fastest farm, but it's pretty good. I really shouldn't have died that one time though. I could have done that better. It would have been nice to have a lane ward or something like that as well, but I kind of wanted to pull this into a small camp, but messed that up. I don't have a Quelling Blade either, so pulling through isn't a possibility, but if you can do that as a hard carry, it's really good to do. So whenever the lane is too pushed, I'll go to the jungle, and when it's not pushed enough, then I'll come back and go back to the lane again. This is probably one of the moments that I should have been carrying a TP, because coming into these fights would have been okay. Looks like I did. Okay, I got a TP. I was watching. That guy's really dead, so me showing up for that kill isn't going to be worth it. Oh, that was the Ember Spirit dying there, okay. Didn't really feel very safe going all the way down. Oh, that tree's new. That tree wasn't there for the tournament. That's for sure. Going all the way up to the tier 2 isn't very safe. There's not really a lot of heroes showing on the map. Is that a tower of ours top? I can't tell. It's so weird. This is probably where I had the most inefficiency in my farming, was right now. Because there wasn't really a creep wave that I could safely go to because the other lanes were pushed. I think what I should have done here is actually teleport to the top lane immediately. Instead what I did was AFK jungle farm, and I think that was a big mistake. The other mistake was that my courier didn't have the broadsword. If the courier had the broadsword there, and I was top as they were pushing this, I could have helped guarantee that they got this tower because... And it's fine to do right here. I think, yeah, this is a fight that I missed out on a little bit. I should have been there for this fight, definitely. The only time that you don't want to be there... I don't think I was going to kill this guy, but... See, and then this fight goes kind of mediocre. But if I would have been there for that fight, I guarantee I would have gotten at least 1 kill. I mean, I got some farm in the meantime, but it wasn't even that fast. So basically the thing is, if... This is the problem with 5-manning. I'll start with this first, because I think it's easier to start this way. The problem with 5-manning is that it leaves your other towers vulnerable. That's the problem with 5-manning. That is only a problem if your other lanes are pushed out. And in that moment, all of our other 2 lanes are extremely pushed out. The bottom was pushed out and the mid was pushed out. So if our team is 4-manning top, and I'm not getting that good a farm anyways, if I just TP, I guarantee that our team's more likely to win a fight, and we're more likely to succeed in our push. That means we're probably going to get more gold advantage from that. I was hoping for a crit. I should have TP'd a little earlier there. That was pretty delayed. Looks like Doom went in on that. I don't know if that's going to pay off though. That looks like that guy's going to... Oh nice. I forgot Fluff picked that one up. That was good. The Doom actually did do pretty good in the early game. So anyways, Battle Fury's finished. BKB is pretty much what you need next. It'll stop Witch Doctor ulti, it'll stop Ogre stuns, it'll stop Clockwork Battery Assault, it'll stop a lot of nasty things. It also stops the Spectre reflection damage. So that's all really good stuff to have. And my item build is okay here. Treads with a Battle Fury. I think I was waiting to stack this so that I could farm. But I think what I should have been doing is just coming with the team. I focused too much on just AFK farming, and I should have been with the team, I think. Also, there's also some things to be said that if I would max evasion, it would be more beneficial because they have a lot of magic damage, so I'm not entirely sure if this is true or not, but if I have a lot of evasion and I'm getting heals and shields from the Abaddon, then his heals and shields will go farther because I'm more resistant to the damage in the first place. So, see, here's a fight that I could have been at. Like, those actually do really good damage to me. I got the double Ancients, but this is a fight that we definitely lost, I believe. I think we're going to lose 3 here. And I maybe could have been there to pick up kills. So that's probably 2 fights now that I should have been at, that I wasn't at. And I think those were the biggest mistakes that I made this game, was those first 2 fights. Because we had a pretty good early advantage, and I think I had more net worth than the Spectre here. I had pretty good net worth advantage over the Spectre, not huge, but... If I was actually at those fights, I think it could have done a lot. And that's what Brax said to me after the game. He's like, I think you should have came to more fights early. That was the biggest thing that he thought I could have improved on. And I'm going to agree with that. I shouldn't have died that one time, and I should have gone to more fights. Also bought myself a salve here, because I didn't want to have to go back to base to heal. But this is maybe not the right move. I did see that there was a ward there, because we had a sentry. I assume we clean that up later. On the bright side, my farming is pretty good now because I have a Battle Fury. I can kill neutral camps really fast. I think we're looking to fight here. I was unfortunate that I wasn't a little closer. He tried to force staff me to get me close enough, but I don't think it was going to be... We weren't going to make it no matter what there. The other benefit of having an Abaddon on your team is that he's able to allow you to do things that you shouldn't be able to do in the first place. And it's kind of a perfect scenario for going this Battle Fury build. I'm less tanky, I have less lockdown, but I'll have so much HP and survivability that I can just jump on people and get kills. I kind of wanted to jump there, but we weren't feeling completely comfortable doing that. But he did ask to push at this point, so at this point we're starting to 5-man, but I should have been there a little earlier. There's 2 fights that I should have been at. It might be a lot different in your pub games, but in slightly more organized games you'll see this happening. Like where it's easier to see mistakes, I feel, in games like this. I finally got a crit, that was good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I kind of wanted to try to clean up a kill here since there was a lot of shit going on top.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now, whether or not that was worth it or not, probably wasn't worth it. I'm sure Kai got a lot from that, if we can show the fight recap. He got 675. I actually did lose gold there, despite getting 2 kills, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm over here. I actually gained gold, so I gained 241. So I guess it was probably worth it. I killed the Spectre, I killed the Ogre. He made up for it, but I got experience for 2 kills, and he only got experience for 1 kill. I don't know. Kind of hard to say. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I guess it was worth it. Look, I'm pretty far ahead now. I am dead for a bit, which kind of sucks, but I also probably should have... I don't know if I was on energy treads. I should have sticked on strength treads the whole time. It's not really okay to do that. Unfortunately, I wasn't respawning fast enough to defend this, so losing a tier 1 is maybe makes that not worth it in the first place. So, I don't know. It was definitely a bit crazy to go in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Battlefear is definitely the way to go next, though. I think that was my Ogre Club. I dropped my magic stick temporarily. Its HP is gonna help. I wonder if I even should have gone BKB. Yeah, I think it's worth it. They have too many heroes that are just really difficult for me to deal with, I think. It's like the Spectre's kind of close by. We lost the tower bottom. So that's like 2 towers that we lost that we probably shouldn't have lost. I've almost got my BKB here, so I'm trying to farm safely before I pick that up. And there's BKB. My evasion is max now. Unfortunately, the curry's not really in the best place, so pushing this tower is a little dangerous because it's basically only 3 of us.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But it actually works out. We don't get the last hit, which is kind of bad. But and now there's a little skirmish on the bot lane as well. Super overfight. I thought maybe I could clean up one of these supports as well. It's really good to farm your opponent's jungles when you're playing carry, because if you feel strong, like there's not a lot of heroes that can kill you, then if you farm their jungle, you're guaranteeing your farm, and if their supports end up coming up close to you, like this is a perfect example. We had a good aggressive ward. We're able to farm their jungle. I stayed way too long here. It's actually pretty surprised I got caught there. That was really bad by me. No reason for me to stay that long. I thought that I could kind of stay in the area, especially because he missed the hook. I thought that was going to be a-okay, but my retreat path was not rapid enough. And getting engaged on the carry that close to their base means that our whole team runs across the whole map and we're going to get there late. So my chances of surviving that were very low. That was really bad for me to die there. Like that really killed the net worths. That like really swung the game in the wrong favor basically. We have a big gold advantage here, but me dying like that is just a terrible mistake as a carry. Unfortunately, I still didn't have the BKB because the courier had been out so much, and that was another problem. If I had BKB, I wouldn't have died there. It wouldn't have been a big deal because I could have just BKB'd a lot of that magic damage. But it resulted in me dying. First error was positioning. It's not really to blame about the item. That's like a small point of it. The main issue was that my positioning was way too cocky. Way too greedy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's
Denying
top
towers
tower
is pretty
has
important.
been denied.
Should have daggered that. They asked me to come to Roche, but I wanted to deny the tower because it was such an easy deny. I wanted to push that wave out one more too, just to make sure that our lane was pushing and theirs was not. But they wanted to go Roche fight, so I had to come right away. So usually I spread my illusions out to try to get vantage points, see who's around. Also they crit, so they don't do very much damage though, because most of my damage right now is plus damage items, like 24 here, 65 here, 6 here, you know. Who did they catch? Oh, they got Brax slightly. So my illusions do very little damage unless they crit. I think we used a smoke. Yeah, it looks like we used a smoke so that we could go rush on. I accidentally messed up my blink. The dagger hit, but the blink strike did not. And whenever you're jungling, on Roshan, just make sure you blink strike whenever you can. I maybe should have had a Meska death as well earlier than making the BKB. That was maybe a mistake. And there's Aegis. Not too worried here. I crit really hard. Our team's actually pretty spread out, so this is really dangerous by me. This is another example of a fight that was way too deep. You know, that actually went okay. It looked really dangerous though. It was really dangerous. I felt really strong here, so I felt comfortable doing that, but I think that was the wrong move. It looked good, but I think that was wrong. We killed Demon, I guess. I guess we killed pretty much everybody. That just didn't feel very safe to me. But I guess my BKB was on time enough that... Alright, they're back up, so we need to run now. We need to retreat together as well. That's really important. You can see how everybody's kind of spreading across the map, but if Demon haunts right now, he knows where we all are and they can choose a initiation. They didn't actually end up going in though, so we're good. Alright. I think I could see them kind of moving towards me now, so I have to be a little careful with my positioning. I do have lifesteal coming. I maybe should have gone a Basher here. They're still kind of moving towards me. God, I played so aggressive this game. Like, I played so cocky and farming. Now they're all moving towards me right now, I think. I didn't want to fight this. I should have BKB'd this. I guess it wasn't going to matter. I had like way too many moments in this early game area where I ended up feeding myself like this, basically. Like, me dying there, and me, like I basically had like 3 really aggressive plays. Where the fight happened here, that was overly aggressive, I think. It worked out, but it was too close. This one was way too aggressive, and I think there was a third as well. Where was the other one? I don't remember, but...
Radiant structures are fortified.
Like... And we're gonna lose Fluff, and we're gonna lose our Doom. And remember, this is all because of me. Like, I was the original problem here. I started the fight here, and then it resulted in everybody on our team sprinting across the map to try to catch up, and then everybody on their team sprinting across the map to chase. We lost 5-0 because of me. That was entirely on me, 100%. Way too greedy in a farm. I had to like be a lot more... I felt like too strong, so I started doing stupid things, and that was entirely on me. So that was probably the bigger mistake than those not coming to fights. I should have came to fights earlier, but I also shouldn't have died this time, and I shouldn't have lost the Aegis so worthlessly over here. I think if I would have done those 2 things, the game would have been a stomp. But because of that, it ends up being close from this point. So that's on me completely. I messed that up really bad. I was way too greedy with my positioning, and every time I was greedy, none of my allies were even close to me. I was like deep into their jungle, and all my team was spread out like this. So that positioning was really bad on me. Not BKBing for the TP didn't matter that much because I was going to get hookshotted, but if I really was a little scared, what I would have done is BKB'd and then, I don't know, blinked to creeps or something. Try to like get out of vision first. I let them see where I was before I TP'd. So I should have been more careful. It's more worth it, like, Because think about it this way. If I would have been extra safe and I would have used BKB there and I would have ran away, like as soon as I got Searing Chains, I could have BKB'd and I could have ran a little bit up to the upper left, and then when nothing could see me, and then I TP. And then at least the Clockwork has to land a hookshot. But if I stand still when I do it, he can hookshot me. If I don't BKB and I just chance it and he hooks me, then I'm dead. Like, because I was so far away from my team. So what I should have done is just, if I'm playing greedy like that, I have to play safe with my escape, with my BKB. And that's how I needed to balance it. And I didn't do that very well. Going Basher now because I felt like it was really hard for me to keep people locked down, which is really true. I think Chuan played a Phantom Assassin game later, and he went, I think he went like Abyssal Mask of Death with a BKB. So quite a different build, and it has a lot more lockdown, and it probably has equivalent damage. The only difference is that it doesn't have cleave, but the cleave doesn't really help you that much unless there's like a lot of stacks. So I think that build is probably better. Like the Abyssal makes that build a lot better because it's an easy upgrade to get your damage up really high. So I mean, Battle Fury costs pretty much the same as Sacred Relic does. Virtually the same, about 500 difference. But the Basher lockdown is just so nice, and the Abyssal Blade upgrade is fantastic because if I jump on Spectre for example, and I just stun him, it's like he can't move essentially. At this point, Fluff wanted to push. I don't know if that was the right choice. Unfortunately, Ember was always pretty quick to get out. We don't have any stuns really, is the problem. We actually don't have any stuns. The team has 0 stuns. Opted to cancel my TP here. I think I went, it was a pretty good fight, but I went a little too ham at the end and I should have retreated. If I would have backed off, then we could have saved myself and the Warlock maybe. Because Fluff and Warlock had to follow where I was going, but because I just kept going and I kept going and I kept going, eventually I got picked up. And that's going to result in him dying as well. I think I lost this game for us. Pretty heavily. So that was really big mistakes. I'm playing a little bit too aggressive pretty much all game. My KDA looked pretty good, but it was mostly my gameplay errors that put our team in a bad place in terms of team fights and forced us into engagements that we didn't want to commit to. And it's like the first half of the fights usually went pretty good, but I would just continue fighting, and overestimating how much my hero could actually do. A good example of that is Demon picked up a Manta Style at this point, and we were all like, oh, Manta Style, that's fine, like, that's not going to be a big deal. But when I actually was one-on-one with him here, like right here, when he popped Manta Style, and every single one of his illusions was desolating me for 65 pure damage, I couldn't do anything about it. It was like, alright, well the fight's over, couldn't blink away, I was committed to fighting him, I wasn't going to lifesteal fast enough anyways, because Dispersion was going to reflect at least as much damage as I lifesteal, so about there. So I just committed way too hard to too many fights here, and it was too hard to lock some people down sometimes. If I would have gone like Abyssal first, it would have given our team a very much needed stun. I could have blink Abyssal the Ember Spirit, for example, and that would have helped a lot. Keeping him in one position would have made a big difference. We can definitely still win this game though. It's not like things are unrecoverable from this point. We have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th net worths. So I basically just need to get less tunnel vision. I asked about items here, whether I should go Satanic or get Basher. I think Fluff said Satanic, and I think Brax said Basher, and I think, looking back, I think Basher was the correct move. Basher would have been better here. extra HP isn't bad, because I felt like I wasn't able to like stay alive long enough. But see, the mistake was that I was looking at it as a how the fights are going thing, but in reality it was I influenced my item decision based on the fact that my play was bad, if that makes sense. So looking at it now, it's really obvious that I needed Basher, because I can see my gameplay mistakes, but when you're in the heat of the moment, it's kind of hard to tell. All you see is like the one-on-one. You're like, oh, I can't deal with the Spectre. I need to be able to get my HP up. Or, oh, my HP got low and I felt like there wasn't anything to do. So obviously I need to get a Satanic. But that's not exactly true. What you should be focusing on is an unobjective, or a completely objective view on what the right item build is. I think Fluff accidentally pressed his ulti there. We got a free kill on the Witch Doctor at least. So that was good. I don't know why it said Clockwork was on the right over there. Looks like he was actually on the right over there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is
It's really nicely done by Ember there to keep us locked down so we couldn't chase. I did end up purchasing Satanic though. So the bonus of getting Satanic is you get an extra 500 HP. I think your damage stays the same. Your lifesteal base goes up by 10%, and then you can use the active to get a ton of lifesteal. So I'm level 20 as well, so my stats are pretty good at this point. Always carry TP if you're playing carry. I think we knew they were Roshaning pretty soon here, if I remember quickly. Actually, I can't remember. I don't really want to fight him. I think if I had an Abyssal Blade, I could maybe try to go for it. But with the Satanic, it's too easy for him to just run away when things get a little scary for him. I don't have any way to slow him down other than with my dagger. And he can kind of deal with that, whether by using Manta or whatever else, so it's not the best. It's the issue with the Satanic build here. Definitely should have gone Abyssal first after Helm. Or even just kept the Mask of Death by itself and then gone Basher there. The Helm is pretty good though, because it does give you 20 damage and it gives you like 5 HP regen per second or something. It's really good actually. Again, grabbed a TP. And I don't know why we smoked down here. I think we're expecting a Roshan or something like that. But Rosh is in the pit.
Top tower is under attack.
This should make my life easier.
I think we saw that they're up here, so we wanted to fight. I think it maybe should have been me going uphill. Problem is that like we're losing a tower right now. We took way too long to start this, I think.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
Man, if I would have gotten that blink off.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, I lost track of myself this time too. Lost my Satanic. I wasted my Satanic really bad there. I didn't do that teamfight very well. It's kind of my my problem all game. That was really close. Really close. So when Satanic was on and he's got a Blade Melon, I'm actually healing very slightly. Not a huge amount, but I'm healing. When Satanic is off, I'm taking damage, so I have to be a little careful. I wasted my Satanic way too bad on the Spectre. Again, he's not locked down, so me being able to keep him in one place isn't gonna happen. So I had to not do that. We were rushing over to Roshan. I should have bought my Basher here, I think. Having buyback is good, but I think at this stage in the game you don't need buyback. You kind of, it's just nice to have. So I definitely think I should have gone Basher right here. Just grab the Basher. I think I maybe should have pushed out that creep wave one more though. I don't know. Now we had to hurry over. This is fine, I think. So now I'm building Basher, but I could have had it. Could have sold my Basilius and had the money. Gonna try to get this before the Ember Spirit's up, basically. These frickin' wards were so hard to...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright, at this point Fluff said, alright, we're in a good spot. If we just all get 6 slotted, we're gonna win. So we've got the Aegis, we just bought ourselves more time. They're not gonna want to take a fight. So as long as we have good positioning and we play it safe, we're gonna be able to go late now. So that's what he said. We've got Aegis, don't fight. Take it late. Get 6 slots on like Abaddon. Get 6 slots on Doom, you know, all that good stuff. I think Fluff had pretty good items here. Alright, there's my Basher. Keep in mind that my net worth should be higher than Demons on the Spectre, because I did have an advantage early, and I think Phantom Assassin does have a farming advantage early, but I turned it into a bad thing because I was in too many aggressive fights, essentially. I played it too greedy, and too many times when I was off farming on the map. So, that really messed things up. If I was ahead, then we maybe could have won that other fight a little harder, for example. My BKB is getting really low at this point, it's down to 6 seconds, so I have to be really careful with that as well. Fluff did that on purpose, I'm sure. This map vision thing is so weird. It's not working very well. You can almost always see where the enemies are. Don't have to worry too much here. I think we wanted to push mid at this point. I think his smoke broke over there, so I assume that somebody was over there. So item check if you guys are curious. There's already MKB on Ember. He had to get that so that he could hit me reliably. Demons really farmed. Super farmed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
Fortunately, we're getting maxed here.
Radiant's top barracks are Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
I think I should have maybe gone in there. I shouldn't have fought here. It was actually a really big mistake just now. If I just would have backed off, if I would have just backed off right after, like a moment, like the same time Fluff did, then I very likely could have stayed alive, or at least it would have made it a lot harder for them to kill me. Because I stayed a little bit too long and most of our team was already dead, they not only killed me, but they also got my Aegis. Like, that was a really big mistake. I made way too many late game mistakes, basically. We also lost Rax because we took too long to push. So, basically, mostly late game mistakes. I think watching it now, my in-game plays were, my team fighting was okay. It wasn't that bad. It was okay. My itemization could have been better, and my overall like map decisions could have been better. That was the main things that I think I messed up on. But I've got Abyssal Blade at least, so I got that going for me. Kill was pretty nice. Ember's catching up though.
Gold for me.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, so I got Abyssal now. Just gotta put that on a good hotkey. Basically, because my net worth has gotten severely behind demons, I actually can't fight him anymore. Once I got the Manta, it was already tough with my item build, but it's just even worse now. So one of the things that made this game really hard was that I wasn't ever going to be a hero that was feared. If you stay ahead of people in terms of farm, it gives you a lot of map control. Like, if Demon on the Spectre had to worry about me coming back to the top lane ever by myself, because I could solo kill him, then he genuinely has to be concerned about split pushing like that. But if he gets ahead like that, then it allows him a lot more leeway in a game that didn't need to be like that. Because all we had to do was not die a couple more times. So we had a good early advantage, but it could have been better if I didn't die a few times. Like, those deaths were so big. Luckily, Brax was able to make it out just now. I don't know if he gets any kills. Looks like they're all gonna live. But at this point, my farm isn't even as fast as the Spectres can be, because Radiance really accelerates things, and his hero's a little faster because he has a Manta style, so he's able to get from camp to camp a little quicker. Not to mention, he never has to be concerned about being in the right place on the map. He can just ultimate and he'll be in the fight. So he doesn't. He can farm a little bit faster at this point. The hero I should probably try to use my Abyssal on is either support. I should try to kill Ember if possible, because killing Ember is really good. He's pretty hard to grab though. I thought that was actually the real one at first, but that was unrealistic. I wasted my Abyssal on it. At this point, Demon did a really good job moving his illusions around the map, making sure that he was pushing all the lanes. He definitely farmed a little faster than me here. Quite a bit faster. His items in terms of like a straight, I guess they're pretty good. Diffusal 2, Manta, Radiance with a heart on the way, I think. It's pretty solid. Yeah, there's the heart. Yeah, he's 6 slotted at this point. So he's 6 slotted at 51 minutes. I'm still missing an item. And I think, does he have Boots of Travel here? He does, so he's like completely 6 slotted. So he was definitely way ahead of me in farm. It's like, just little team fights are massive in terms of farm difference. Like, really makes a big difference. I knew they were pushing bottom here, and we weren't quite ready to fight, so I went to go split push mid just now. As if the push got slowed down at all, then I could possibly take Rax my own. I heard the TP's coming. I believe.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So we got a bunch of TPs out of them. I'd use a BKB, but it was probably already at 5 seconds anyway, so not a big loss. Grab another TP and go back on the farm. So that was okay, I think. We smoked here because we knew they were Roshani and we wanted to fight. I didn't have Aegis, or I didn't have BKB, which is a little scary. Should have gone after the Ember, I think.
Assassination is nature's way.
Oh, that bash was actually huge. Oh wow, okay, I got lucky. Oh man. Gotta cheese as well. That was a big fight. That was a really big fight. That was the best part. Oh, he just got ran down by a Warlock Golem. That was actually a really good fight for us. That was good. I should have gone after the Ember though, because he was doomed. If I went after the Ember and I abyssalled him and I just chased him down, I think he would just die. Like, I should have had that. I should have gone after that.
Middle tower is under attack.
It was a really good ulti by Brax though. So what Brax was talking about was when Demon ulted in the fight, he teleported to the fountain to kill Brax because Brax had TP'd home, and I assume he like manted there or something. And then he teleported back into the fight, into the main fight, and that was when I killed him. So he was like, haha, you ran all the way across the map just to kill one Venomancer that already ulted, and then you came back and died, so it was kind of a stupid mistake. It was a good idea for a play, but when he jumped back on top of me and there's nothing else around, like, he's gonna die pretty much. I wish I had a TP here. I don't know if anyone's... Yeah, it looks like Doom is dying top. I think I should have had Boots of Travel here. That would have been really good. If I had Boots of Travel right there, we maybe could have killed the Spectre. I don't know if I was paying attention though. Maybe I saw it and I was like, I don't have a TP. There's no way I can be there in time. I'm not even going to bother walking. I don't know. But I've got 7k gold. At this point, Fluff was telling me what to buy. I think he said Butterfly. I think in the context, the Butterfly is okay. Brax pinged this, by the way. He was like, oh, let's go. Looks like Aegis here. I was like kind of in the wrong spot. Wow, my Satanic must like... Looks like my Satanic ran out a little early. Should have ran right there. So I'm staying way too long in the fights, basically. Like, I'm getting some kills, but I'm sticking around too long. I think that's the biggest thing that I learned from watching this replay. Because as soon as my BKB ends, I killed the Witch Doctor, right? The Witch Doctor died. I could have just walked away, but that little inch might have made the difference between Ogre stunning me or not. That was a big deal. Also, right when I killed the Clockwork, my Satanic ran out. So then when I crit him, it took off like a third of my life, or half of my life or something, and that was a really big loss.
I won't stop until the job is
Should have bought evasion there. So I was gonna buy butterfly anyways. I guess it didn't matter because they back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Was kind of scared to come out because we didn't know where they were on the map. I can't farm here. That's why I'm not last hitting anything. Because I have buyback. Or I bought back, so me getting these creeps is not going to accomplish anything. So he said buy a butterfly because it increased my survivability against the Spectre by a pretty huge amount. Which is true. But I'm kind of running into some other problems. I don't know if I should have bought that. Other people said MKB maybe. Demon said the same thing. Because eventually he rotated to a... Yeah, he got a butterfly here, and I didn't notice. He dropped his refresher, and he bought a butterfly. And I didn't check his items, and I should have checked his items more often. If I would have seen the butterfly, maybe I would have gone to MKB. Butterfly gives you 60 damage, MKB gives you 88, plus the chance to proc. So in a lot of ways, MKB is quite a bit more damage, but Butterfly has a lot of attack speed. MKB only gives 15% attack speed, Butterfly gives 60, so... Usually getting a late game attack speed item is pretty good on this hero as well, so a lot of people probably opt for AC though, in most cases. AC doesn't give you as much damage, but it gives you a lot of armor. So if they already have MKB, then if they already have MKB, then AC is the correct choice. If you want the evasion, if the evasion is something that'll be really useful, then Butterfly can be the right choice. So I think if the itemization was a lot better, we could have been in a better spot this game. Again, my KDA looked good, but I think I held this game in my hands a lot of the times throughout the game. Mainly the 2 deaths that I shouldn't have had. Probably the one up here, the one over here, and we also shouldn't have fought mid. Fluff was not happy about that fight because we had Aegis. That was actually the time where he said just farm. We'll farm and go late because all they have is an Ember and a Spectre. That's 2 heroes. The other 3 heroes they have don't have any carry potential, relatively. But if we would have waited long, we would have had a farmed Venomancer, we'd have had a farmed PA, we'd have had a farmed Doom, and we might have been able to get a Batten into some okay items as well. Because he grabbed a Mjolnir. He was just going to wait this game out. He wanted to play really long. But Brax pinged on Demon, and I followed him, and I was a little bit late to initiate because of the pathing problems. I wasn't quite close enough. And that kind of caused us to go into a weird fight. This would have been a really good time to have a Boots of Travel, by the way. The extra 50 movement speed would have been useful. And not to mention the ability to like farm somewhere else and then TP to my allies wherever the fight was and still help out. That attack speed is so nice. So now we just have to wait till they go high ground and see if we can win a fight. That's what our game has turned into. I saw the Ember here, I kind of wanted to go in. I maybe should have just blinked first and Abyssal. There's a low chance that we could have killed him right there. Like, going on one of these supports here would have been good as well. I kind of wanted to do that. I think there was a point where the Witch Doctor crossed over, like right now. I wanted to go on the Witch Doctor, but I missed it slightly. That would have been good. I used the Satanic here because I didn't want to have to go back and heal. I think that was a huge mistake though. I should have saved it. The cooldown's pretty low, but it's not low enough to just throw it around willy-nilly. And now I don't have it. He should have doomed that guy. I probably lost that fight due to not having an MKB just now.
His middle tower is under
Did he have an eggs? He did not. He did have a refresher. No, that was the end of the game. I think if I had an MKB, I could have killed Demon there and maybe won that fight. But also, I think the Doom, I don't know if he had mana for it or not, but he should have doomed the Ember Spirit when I had him Abyssal. There's obviously tons of mistakes that I made to get to that point, so. But I think those are the biggest mistakes. So I was honestly pretty disappointed after this game because I could have played it a lot better and we could have won the game. This is what first made me undefeated in the tournament, and also made Brax undefeated and Fluff undefeated. So we kind of broke the streak there. As we played the game, I felt like the Doom didn't get a lot of good Dooms off, but I did see that Ember did a really nice job of evading those. And I think watching the replay over, I think the game was firmly in my hands in terms of throwing it. Because there was at least 2 big fights that happened. Like I would say, like at least 2 that were entirely on me, farming a little too greedily, and I also should have came to fights early. Those are the two biggest mistakes. There's the 2 fights that happened that were bad positioning, that engaged like deep in their jungle. So those are the biggest things that I messed up on. But I learned a lot from watching the replay, so I may watch more of my replay games. This is a really fun game. It felt pretty high level. It was like everybody was trying really hard. You don't get that much in pub games. It's like people try hard, but it's not the same. It's not the same as like a game that really matters. So. It was really fun to play though, and that was probably the best game that I played in the RedBull LAN. This one is actually on stream, so you may have seen it before, but either way, I hope you guys learned a little bit about carrying at a fairly vaguely high level. Obviously not pro level, but you know, somewhere up there. You know, not shit tier. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'm gonna upload a Windrunner game that I had on stream yesterday. I hope you are looking forward to a Windrunner game. It went pretty good. I felt terrible playing it, and I got kind of carried, but I think it was an okay demonstration of the hero, so I'll probably upload that tomorrow. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.